I'm going to go through, there's some examples in here of some of those behavior counts too, so. So again, for the sake of time, I'm going to give you the global measures that the experts came up with are 5 on cultivating, 4 on softening, 5 on partnership, and 4 on empathy. I thought the empathy was pretty high, but... and so this has some really good examples of what softening sustained talk is really about, and it also has some examples about the behavior counts that are in there. But one thing I want to say about the first part, of cuddling the problem, that when I'm working with people and doing coaching, it's like, I want you to cuddle up with some of these other things. Like he establishes relationship, is totally engaging with the person, but does not go digging into the problem in this one. It's not that he ignores his sustained talk. He actually, he includes it in a summary, and he gives room, space for that, but he's actively working with the problem in a different way. He's cultivating the more about why he would want to change it than why he would want to stay. So I think it's a really interesting difference. I wanted to give you finally some examples about this. And like I said, you're going to get these transcripts. But there is an example of what it means to do negotiating the agenda, the seeking the collaboration. And this whole thing he says about, I'm here to see you again if that's what you choose. So sort of offering that collaboration, and I want you to tell me what you've been through. That whole piece, it's like he's sharing the power that what we're doing here today is for you to tell me what you've been through and how you're doing with that. And then he negotiates that again. And this is pretty interesting when the client says, or when the clinician first says, how do you feel about your smoking, which is kind of a dangerous question to ask, but he says, how do you feel about it? And the client says, I enjoy it. And instead of digging right into that, he kind of reframes it like, I want to negotiate what we're doing today, and I do want to hear about your smoking. But he sort of cuts off the guy goes back to, I enjoy it, excuse me, but he minimizes it. And then there is and emphasize autonomy when this is a pretty clear one when he says it would be a decision that you'd have to take for yourself, and I'm not suggesting that you make that. So he's very clear about, this is not up to me, it's really up to you. And then he also then says, is there any part of this I can help you with? So he again is seeking collaboration. So, any thoughts about that? About that exercise? Questions about coding? When we come back from lunch, you're going to get to practice, because you're going to record yourself. So let me. I know we got everybody who had their hands up that has a recording device. How many people don't? Okay. All right. So we'll figure that out. We might do something different with the people that don't have it, because the goal for this afternoon is for you to do a session with another person, a real play of some type, and then you will be evaluating yourself. You will be listening and doing some of the rating for yourself about your own, what you're noticing about your own practice. So it's a step in that self-evaluation. From my perspective, that's what I'm hoping always to be able to do, is to have people move towards being better evaluators of their practice because you're the only one that can change it. And so being able to see it in a more realistic way is helpful. But we will we'll deal with that when we get back. And I'm going to be around during lunch, so if you have any questions or anything, we can talk about it. Okay, you need these now?
Ja, kanske.
You probably don't need this one, right? You don't need to record this.
Jag ska inte säga så mycket annat än att tacka. Thank you very much so far. Lunch en timme. Vi återsamlas klockan 1. Vi hade tänkt oss att låsa om det är så att ni har personliga grejer och så här inne, och sen öppna då några minuter före 1 igen. Och som sagt, för de som är nätverksintresserade så är det lunch i matsalen här mitt över som gäller.
Doing it again.